I'm Danny Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick.
This is Rona Mensa from the Maryland Ensemble Theater, and you are watching Good Morning Frederick.
I don't know what is happening with my... There we go. Here we go. Okay. My platform has made some changes, and obviously I don't know what the heck I'm doing now all of a sudden. I don't know if I like this. I think I like this a little bit better. Holy goodness. Hello. Oh, I should shut this door. I'm getting a nice glare from my ring light. Goodness gracious. Well, happy Thursday. How are you? Good morning, Tara. Thank you so much. Sending love. I need it. I need love and support is what I need. Good morning to Mama Cone as well. She is here. And oh goodness, I got God, Chris is early this morning. So we'll run through what is happening on the show today so that we can get to him. Usually when he's here this early, it means he has to jump off early. So let's see what we got here. All right, today's show we got, well, hopefully Bob Miller and Chris Michaels on WFMD's Morning News Express with local news, weather, and sports. And I'll give you a highlight of the events in our area. And Troyce and Joe Gatewood are here. And we're talking real estate, philanthropy, Rack Brewing, and the brand new Rack Yard. Don't forget our March charity, A Mother's Rest. This is a place where caretakers can go to get a little break. And we want to support them big. And you can help too by purchasing your Good Morning Frederick swag. And all the proceeds will go to A Mother's Rest in March. Also, if you want to win those tickets to Kegs and Eggs this Saturday, just text BEER to 888-465-2944. 888-465-2944. I have 5 pairs of tickets. So if you want to go, please text. Check your text from yesterday. If you texted, you should have gotten a message from me as well. All right, let's go ahead and get the show started. Oh my goodness. How good do those Reese's Concretes look from Rita's? Well, we want to thank our show sponsor, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick, open daily noon to 9 p.m. Not only is there Italian ice and frozen custard, they also have hot pretzels and iced coffee, plus those, I'm going to get the name wrong, so I'm not, the custard sandwiches, which is the cookie, outside and custard inside. Can't get to Rita's? Don't worry about it. They can come to you. Order on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats too. They do. They do this special freezing of your item, deep freeze. It's like a quick deep freeze so that it arrives to you not all sloshy and melted. Rita's also has a mobile unit available that can come to an event, so you're going to want to reach out to them for that, or they can cater. No reason not to have Rita's, 538 West South Street, and mark your calendar for March 20th, first day of spring ice giveaway. All right, let's talk with the boys from WFMD and find out what they think about Rita's right now. Well, good morning.
Howdy do.
Howdy do.
Howdy do. Good morning. The reason why I got here early, I'm going to be honest with you, Danny, because you know me, I'm an honest person, was because I wanted to see that Rita's promo with that great ice and ice cream over there. So that is the only reason why I got here early.
It
Just
worries me
saying.
when you jump on early. I think, oh gosh, we must have a time crunch. Got to run through it. So, yeah,
Yeah, you know me, always busy, always busy, but
I
we love
know
it.
you're in
We
charge
do
of
it
a
because we
lot of
love it.
stuff now. So,
So real quickly, Bob, you know, I want you. I just came up with this, Bob. So we had a wrestler that was on the show today. We were talking about Maryland Championship Wrestling. They're going to have a show this Saturday over at the Frederick Elks Lodge, and we had Ken Dixon on, who's wrestling for the championship belt. And I had mentioned to Ken that me and Bob would like to be involved and be a tag team together. And I was trying to think of what I can use for a name for Bob for a wrestling name as he fixes his hair. Your hair looks good. I think we should use the name Bully Bob for his
Bully
wrestling name.
Bob.
Yeah, that could be his wrestling
Hmm.
persona, Bully Bob, or Bob the Bully.
As John Pignette would say, the wonderful comedian, God rest his soul, nay, nay.
Nay, nay, nay.
Wasn't that a song too, a dance or something? The nay nay. It has
Yeah,
the watch me whip
Oh,
it,
yeah.
watch me nay nay. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
So
I don't think I could do it, and I'd rather not see you do it.
good point.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well,
No.
so you love wrestling, I know.
I'm a wrestling nerd. Yes, I do
Yes.
love wrestling. And Maryland Championship Wrestling, they put on a great show, great family entertainment. And you know, everybody always jokes around saying that I should be in the ring. I'm telling you right now, I am nowhere near any wrestling shape. Okay, if I just slip on ice and fall on my back, I'm down for 2 weeks. So no way I'm in wrestling shape.
Ah,
I
yeah.
slipped in the bathtub yesterday, and I thought I was going to be put in traction.
Got to get
So-
you your little duckies for the
I
non-slip.
know. I'm like, honey, how do you do this all the time?
Little,
I don't take
little
baths,
handle.
but because of my injury, I have to do some
Yes.
Epsom salt baths and stuff. And I'm like trying to get out of that thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's an effort. It's an effort.
Right? Yes. I'm not the smallest person in the world, you know? So,
You know what, Danny? Maybe we should get him for his housewarming gift for his new place. We should give him those little duckies. You and me.
I think
well,
so.
yes. Well,
I've
they have
already gone. Yes, I think
no
so.
bathtub. Hey, I do want to say something. Your former sponsor last month, Heart Home Solutions.
Yeah.
His birthday was yesterday.
I did wish him a happy birthday
Did you?
yesterday. Yes.
I put a call into him, and I'm like, "Hey, what's the best time to call you?" And he's like, I've taken 45 calls today." And so obviously him being on here has made it very profitable for him. And he said, and it's my birthday. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to call you on your birthday. Happy birthday. Enjoy it. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yes, he's very busy, which I love. It's so great for him. And I need to get him back on the show and show some of his work. He does great work. So yeah.
And
Maybe he can you can highlight my house, and you know.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a series about the fixer upper that you're doing.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
You have a lot of plans for what you need to do?
Let's be honest, I don't have any plans.
Your wife? She have a lot.
My wife has a few plans. I just don't know what they all entail yet. So, you know, and I have been told, and I say this firmly with my tongue planted in my cheek, I have been told that I can't say no.
Very nice. I like it.
So, she's like, if you get what you want, because I want a gator, and and I'm like, I don't care, whatever you want to do, you know.
There
and I'm
you
like, you know, but
that's how you've stayed married for as long as you have.
That's right. Chris will learn this as he's learning it now.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly because of his celebrity. I mean, he's the morning mayor of WFMD. Who would want to stay with a radio celebrity, right? That's why my wife stays with me, and I'm nowhere near a radio celebrity like Bob is. So there you go. See?
There.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, I will say, and I told Bob this morning when we first got on air, I said I was stressed out enough just moving from Frederick to Tawnytown, which is only like 30 minutes away, to have to move, you know, across like 5 states. Oh my goodness, a whole entire house. Oh, I couldn't imagine how stressful
Well,
that
let's
is.
see. I've moved from here to Baltimore to California to Australia and back. So let me just
Yeah,
tell you, yes, that
How
is.
do
you
you
moved
get your
across
stuff
oceans.
how do you get your stuff across the ocean, or do you just give everything up and take clothes and just start all over again?
So it's funny you say that. So, when we were moving, I said, well, whatever we can replace in the US, we're not taking, right? Because containers are expensive, they take a long time. And so we packed up essentials, things that I thought I can't replace, can't live without. 6 months later, when you get that container and I was opening things and I thought, why in the heck did I actually box this up and pay all that money for it to go across the ocean to come here? There was still stuff, and I got rid of a lot. I mean, we sold everything. That yard sale was actually one of the funnest, and we sold some stuff on eBay. Funnest time we ever had. It was really hysterical, but there were some things obviously we wanted to bring with, and I literally went, "What the heck were we thinking?" I don't even understand it. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and what we're going through right now, because of course our timeline was jacked up and pushed forward a lot, is that me with what's going on down there with my injury, and it's
Oh, I thought
hard
you were
to
pointing to me.
no, 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 no,
I
no.
thought you.
I'm sorry,
I
I
was like,
didn't mean
what?
to do that. It's
Oh, oh
um,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
it's been hard to kind of move around. So I'm trying to box up stuff, and pictures have been the horrible thing, because as you can see right there, that's a David Jans print, and that thing's huge. And it's
yeah,
the city of Frederick with the fireworks over it and stuff. It's a beautiful painting. I love it. But finding, I'm gonna have to go out, because not everybody has a TV box, and so now I got to go find TV boxes or find other boxes. I was gonna put them in wardrobe boxes, but that's not gonna fit in a wardrobe box. And then some people, well, you just wrap it up and and then they put it on there. Well, it's not easier. It's not as easy as you think to
yeah,
make it. There's not enough blankets. I don't have enough blankets. I don't have, it's that kind of stuff. So I'm sure the movers will be able to do more, but I want to try to have everything in a box that I possibly can, that I can protect. So my first box, I wrap everything, stick it in a box, and then I put other packing in it so it doesn't break. And then I write fragile on it, but it's still kind of hard. It says if you have the time, it takes a week to pack your house. I say no.
yeah, yeah.
Takes
That's.
longer.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of take my time to go through things, and you're trying to put them in boxes that make sense, and it until you get to the end. Once you get toward the end, then you're just throwing stuff in boxes, going, "I just got to be done." But yeah, I know. I hear you. It's a lot.
Yeah. I had a friend who just moved, and we were talking, and he actually used the same moving company. And he says, once you get to a box, he goes, just fill it as full as you can. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, I'm like, isn't that heavy? He goes, you're not the one moving it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. 'Cause that's why they hire
Yeah,
them young people.
That's
but
right.
however, let's remember that if you fill it too much, the bottom will break, and then you'll have your stuff everywhere unless you tape it really good. So
Yeah. Well, again, not your problem, but yeah, they have all the equipment they need to move, and they have those
Right.
cool straps where they can lift a refrigerator, just two
I know.
people, all that good stuff. So, yeah, I don't
Yeah, if you
envy
know how to
you
do it, I mean, unless you're Nicholas Walker and you can carry a refrigerator on your
on
back,
your
which
no,
I have
I've seen
seen
him
him
carry
do.
some huge boxes on his back. He's wild.
Yes.
All right. What is happening locally, Chris?
all right, getting into news, and just to reiterate what Bob said, the injury, because he was pointing to me down there, had nothing to do with me. Okay, over here. So let's just reiterate that. Getting getting to news. You think I'd always be prepared, because I know I got to do news and get all my stuff up, but I'm not. Here we go. Legislation to regulate the location and other aspects of data centers in Frederick County was formally introduced to the County Council on Tuesday. Councilwoman Renee Knapp and Council President Brad Young sponsored it. Knapp spoke briefly about the legislation Tuesday night. According to NAP, this is a bill to update design requirements for critical digital infrastructure facilities and updating specific use regulations for critical digital infrastructure facilities and critical digital infrastructure electric substations, she said. And again, she did not sound like me when she said that. So just be aware of that. She sounds a lot better than I do when she speaks. Montgomery County Police have charged a Bladensburg man with second-degree murder and child abuse resulting in death. Taryn Christopher Malat-Saran was arrested on Tuesday. He's currently being held without bond at the Montgomery County Central Processing Unit. And getting into weather, did you? I know yesterday when I left the station around 1:30, it was raining cats and dogs out there. And then later on at night, it started raining over at my house in 20town. How was it in Frederick last night? Did you get hit with the thunderstorm too?
Yeah, it stopped. I was at the African Americans of Excellence event from 6 to 8, and when we came out, it wasn't. I think it was sprinkling, but yeah, the weather was really weird yesterday. Rained hard. It would stop, rain again, and today looks a little overcast and not sure what's happening. But I'm telling you, the wind. Ash has a golf net in our backyard. It blew all the way toward the house, which is far. So yeah, nuts.
You know, I got to say this: you are home less than a truck driver is. Every time I see you, you're always at some kind of event or somewhere in Frederick County. Man,
there's a lot happening in this town. Got to keep up if I can.
You also got to get some sleep too.
Yeah.
All right. Getting into today's weather, we're going to have about a high of 45. It's going to be cloudy and windy. Winds are going to be from 20 to 30 miles an hour. You could see wind gusts over 40 miles an hour. Now, a listener texted said that it's been updated. We might see wind gusts up to 50 to 55 miles an hour. So just be aware of that when you're going out and about today. And tomorrow, except for a few afternoon clouds, it's going to be sunny. Looking at a high of 55 tomorrow night. Low 37, and Saturday looking at a high of 52, low of 28, partly cloudy skies. And you know what? If you're looking for something to do on Saturday, Danny, come join me. I'll be over at Le Bleu. I'll be the only guy with big arms dressed up like a leprechaun. I have my leprechaun suit on. So, yes.
Very nice.
It'll be fun time. Come out, say hello. Are you going to be there, Danny? Did you say? I'm sorry.
I've been several years. I did not get tickets this year, so I'm not on the list.
Well, if you mention my name, I got some pull over there. I might be able to get you in there. Just saying.
Yeah, that and for that and $80.
Exactly.
That'll be normal 75 if you mention Chris's name.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll charge me double.
So there you go.
For a good cause, right?
Yes, it is a great cause. It is.
Playoff action
really
yesterday.
Did like when it was over at FCC, though. I'm sad that they're not at FCC anymore. It was closer to home, number one, and just the layout was kind of cool. But
yeah, building number 9's so big, though, right? I mean, that's where they hold it, right?
At the fairgrounds.
Yeah, building 9. Yeah, it's just long and skinny. And it's hard for them to kind of fit in everything. FCC was that basketball court plus extra. So it was big. But building 9 is great. It's a great time. Look, I've been several years. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's all you can eat, all you can drink, good entertainment. I mean, Chris is going to be there. That alone is worth the ticket price. Plus, every ticket get you a raffle for I think a trip to Ireland or a cruise or something big. So yeah, no, it's amazing. It's for was this Rotary Club of Frederick, I think.
Frederick, yep.
Their fundraiser, and it is an amazing cause. Yeah.
You should have stopped at good entertainment before mentioning my name. We don't want to fool the people out there. Okay.
They wouldn't have you if they didn't want you, Chris.
That's right.
On the high school hard courts yesterday in 3A West action final, it was Oakdale over Westminster 40-35. For the third straight season, they will advance to the state quarterfinals where they'll take on number 1 seed and will host Wooten 51-27 win over Rockville on Friday. 2A West action, Middletown season ended at the hands of Francis Scott Key 61-35, and Smithsburg ends Catoctin season 40-35. Terps looking pretty good. They beat Michigan, even though Michigan tried to upend them for a 71-65 victory. Now, that puts the Terps one step closer to a top 4 seed and a double bye in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament, which we're looking forward to. Alex Ovechkin has lit up the lamp 885 times now. Midway through the third period, he got his latest one, and he is just 9 away from Wayne Gretzky, 10 beating the number 1 all-time scorer in hockey. And by the way, they beat the New York Rangers by a score of 3-2. The Wizards actually won a game yesterday. They beat the Utah Jazz 125-122. And LeBron James, the 40-year-old star, is racking up numbers in the NBA that's never been seen before. He became the first player to score 50,000 combined points in a regular season and postseason on Tuesday night. So congratulations going to him, even though I'm not a big fan of his.
Yeah, same, but you can't.
He also is the first player to rack up more flops than anybody in even soccer. So there you go.
Yep, absolutely.
I know, but you can't take it away from him, the points, I guess. I mean, really, you know, it is, but he's no Michael Jordan as far as demeanor and PR, I guess, really. But all right, gentlemen, well, we appreciate it. Can't wait tomorrow to end the week with the two of you, and wish you a great day.
Thank you. Good morning, Frederick.
All right. We want to thank them for stopping by. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go over all the event highlights you need to know. And then Troyce and Joe Gatewood. We're talking real estate, philanthropy, Rack Brewing, and the brand new Rack Yard, which is going to be great. All of that, though, happens just after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
There's no more essential piece of jewelry than your wedding band, and Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend is the best time to get one. Enjoy the area's largest selection of quality, made-to-last wedding bands in every price range and style, and all on sale. Save an extra $100 on your purchase when you book an appointment, and take advantage of our special financing options. Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend, March 20th through 22nd. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. Okay, there is always something good happening in Frederick. We got to give you the highlights because the show isn't long enough to tell you about everything. We're going to do that now. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick and Gaithersburg and Taquito in Hagerstown. Taco Bar is in West Point Plaza off Route 40 in Frederick and on Russell Avenue in Gaithersburg. And Taquito is at 812 Frederick Street in Hagerstown. Great food, good value, and you can always count on the authenticity. TacoBar1.com or TaquitoByTacoBar.com. Visit them today. Actually, Taquito is great if you're up in Hagerstown or maybe you're coming down past Hagerstown. You drive through and get the great food and enjoy it anytime, which is awesome. All right, if you want to see all the events, you got to get the calendar. Check the link in the description of this video and you will be able to see all the events in Frederick. I'm starting to add back in all the farmers markets. We added in the summer concert series starting in June, and Alive at 5 comes back in May. So tons and tons of events for you to keep an eye on. All right, now through March 15th, it is Bites and Bevs. That is the restaurant week, the first week, which finishes this Saturday, restaurant week. And then next week, it is collab week. Go to bitesandbevsfrederick.com for reservations and menus and details. On now through March 19th. Let's see how they're doing. It is the Unity campaign. It is unityfrederick.com is where you need to go to give. Already $157,000 is raised from 255 donors. Their goal is $650,000 this year. And you can read all about, if you look at the nonprofits, you get a little snippet of information about each of the nonprofits that they are highlighting. I'm going to share my screen just so you can see real quick. Unity campaign. Let's share that. I want you to see the nonprofits. Let me just see if I can I pull that out and it'll still stay? Oh, look at that. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure you can see what we're doing here. I got to make sure I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is unityfrederick.com. Okay. That's where you want to go. You can text or you can go straight here and give. Now, the page I'm on is the tab that is the nonprofits. So this gives you the snippet of the nonprofits that are raising money, and you can see how much each has raised individually and what their goals are. You've recognized a lot of these names, and you can see where they are. So if you want to give to a specific organization, you can designate your dollars to go directly to one of these organizations, or you can give to the general fund and it gets distributed to these organizations equally. So a lot of these organizations do great things. Actually, this is really a great kind of list for me because there's some people on here I have not worked with or interviewed yet, and I would love to give you more information about them. So unityfrederick.com if you want to give. This is a great way to do it. They do this every year, and they are trying to raise as much money as possible, 650,000, which is, I think, very possible. All right, March. Oh, that's tonight. Tonight it is Boomtown Frederick Part 1 at Warehouse Cinemas. Go to Boomtown Frederick social media, get your tickets. Mama Cone and I will be there at 5:00 for the showing, and I cannot wait to see the movie. I'm so excited. March 8th, 9th, that's this Saturday, Sunday. And next Saturday, Sunday is the Maple Syrup Festival up at Cunningham Falls. They have the live demos, hay rides, and you get to see how maple syrup is made, which is kind of cool. I actually saw something on social media and I had no idea. I mean, I kind of knew, but I've never really kind of seen it. And so it's very cool. And it would be something fun for the whole family to enjoy. March 8th on Saturday, a lot of great things going on, including the Invasive Plants and Native Alternatives free seminar at UMD Extension on Montague Lane, 10 to noon. 10 until 5 is Kegs and Eggs at Rockwell Riverside. Live music plus special teas will be on site, printing T-shirts. We've got the English-Spanish Conversation Hour at Sieber Arts Library. It's really 2 hours, 1 to 3. I'm on WFRE from 3 to 7. So if you're tooling around or just want to have on the radio, I'd love for you to tune in to 99.9. 4 to 8 is the Leprechaun Luau that Chris was talking about. And 7 to 10 is the Murder Mystery Party at Dragon Distillery. Now, coming soon, rescheduled date, March 12th, we'll do cocktails and conversations at the home of everything, Frederick. We canceled because we thought the weather last night was going to be too crazy. Plus, now I can go because I don't have anything else planned. March 13th is that second showing of Boomtown at Warehouse Cinemas. March 14th, Dinner in the Dark. Benefits the Leader Dogs for the Blind. It's at Walkersville Fire Hall. 5 to 9 p.m. Get your tickets. They close, I think, tomorrow. So you're going to want to grab your tickets for that and come out and enjoy that with us. March 15th, the 20th annual Retro Prom and a fundraiser for the Met is at William Talley Rec Center. March 15th and 16th is the 50th annual Home and Garden Expo at the Frederick Fairgrounds. March 19th is our spring sip and paint at the home of everything Frederick. We're going to have beverages and nibbles included, and you're going to do that spring butterfly painting. We need as many people as we can to come to that to rein in our spring. March 27th, this is new. High Rock presents The Craft of Brand Personality. It is a presentation with networking, cocktail lab time, plus live jazz, 5 to 7 p.m. at 10th Ward Distillery. Join us. I'm going to be there. I always think what High Rock presents is amazing, so informative. They're very capable, and they've got such a great history of doing some stuff. They did Tree Trekkers video ads, and they help with branding and marketing. They're very, very good. March 28th is the second annual Battle for South Mountain basketball game. It's at Brunswick High School, benefits the Frederick County Mental Health Association. March 29th, how to turkey hunt and trout fishing for kids. Oh my gosh, the cat is trying to get in the office and the door is ajar. Oh, do you hear that? Okay, come in. The door's open. Goodness gracious. April 1st is the 1-year anniversary of Good Morning Frederick. Oh, we are planning an amazing show for that day. Please mark your calendar. You're going to want to watch it live. You don't want to miss it. April 12th is a disc golf tournament in Emmitsburg to benefit the Seton Center. That sounds like a lot of fun. The week of the 14th, April 14th, we've got a Good Morning Frederick County egg hunt. It is going to be big, and it's going to be spread far and wide. April 24th from 5 to 9 is SHIP's annual lip sync battle. That is at Attaboy Barrel House. Get your teams together now. That's why I'm telling you about this event, because I want you to enter and lip sync your way. I would love to see some new acts, some people who have some fun costuming and choreography. It's a ton of fun, and it raises money for a great cause. Go to shipfrederick.com. And on April 26th is Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala. That is at the Delaplane Arts Center. You're going to want to grab your tickets for that as well. Oh, boy. All right. If you have an event you'd like included on the calendar, all you have to do is email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com or tag me or message me. Messaging and emailing definitely get through. The tagging I sometimes miss. I have notifications from so many different pages. I miss them sometimes. So apologies if you've tagged me in something and I have not seen it. Okay, quick break. And then we're back with Troyce and Joe Gatewood. And this is a great, really, really great interview. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. All right, all of that comes up after this quick break.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they are located right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding. They can also take care of windows and gutters. This is the time for all of this. Patios and decks can be built or they can be fixed. Right now, with these high winds, you're going to want to check your roofing and your siding if anything is loose or has blown off. Call Sandra, 301-703-2157, or email her at info@ansconstruction.net. Again, that is info@ansconstruction.net. Screenshot this so you have the phone number and the email address, plus you can see everything they do. As a Good Morning Frederick viewer, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just let Sandra know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. Okay, now we've got a great team. Joe and Troyce Gatewood. I met Joe right around the pandemic, and I just love what this couple has done for our community here in Frederick and what I know they're going to continue to do. I had a really great time. I had to take a 26-minute interview, which I typically don't spend that much time, and we made it a reasonable chunk, but there's so much great stuff that they're doing. You're going to love it. Here's Joe and Troyce Gatewood. Rack Brewing. We're on Sagner Avenue, right?
Yep.
Yes. Rack. Random Acts of Kindness. I'm with Joe and Troyce Gatewood. Are you from this area?
DC, Washington.
Okay. What made you choose Frederick County?
So I came out because a client requested a home showing in Frederick.
Okay.
And so I was like, Frederick? And so our only experience with coming to Frederick before was when I was a little girl. We went to Peter Pan when I was a little girl for Easter. And then when we got engaged, Mr. Firestone threw us our engagement party at his home. And so that was our only experience coming to Frederick.
Yeah.
And so it was just one of those things. It was a natural progression. We went from DC to Bethesda to Gaithersburg to Frederick.
Okay, you hopped a little bit to get here.
We did, yeah.
So real estate is your thing.
Yes.
And how did you get into real estate?
I got into it because my father asked to take a class and he didn't want to be alone. So I went with him. I was between jobs. And so I did the class with him, and next thing you know, the rest is history.
Oh, no, you need to finish the story.
I need to finish this. He asked me to take a real estate class, and on the date of the final exam, he didn't show up. I called him afterwards, and he said, I didn't do it for me, I did it for you. I think this is going to be great for you. So, as a parent will do, sacrifice, all that time and energy that he put into me. So,
brilliant.
Wasn't that sweet?
So he knew, he saw it in you.
He knew I would be yeah, he always told me that you're a natural leader. You know how to delegate.
Joe, where did you come into this picture?
We've known each other about 45 years.
That's amazing. You don't look 45, either one of you, so that's pretty incredible as it is, really.
Yeah. I hate to say it and say it in public, but we were homecoming prince and princess in high school.
Were you really?
Isn't that funny?
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
I love it. I love it. That's amazing. Yeah. So you're also from the DC area?
Yep.
Okay. When did the kindness, giving back, and all of that really start for you guys?
So it started early on in our marriage. In the previous life that we had before, we had an organization called Community Team Tennis, where we would teach. Joe was a tennis pro, and we managed clubs in DC, Bethesda, and Potomac. What we were seeing was that there were it was like, what else can we do? We're teaching tennis, we're doing our thing, but how can we give back? So what we identified is when country clubs or sports clubs would be done with their nets because it had a little tear or windscreen had a little tear, we would take those and we'd take them to other counties that were underserved. And we would install them, and then people that would play tennis with us when they wanted new rackets, they'd give us our old rackets. We had someone that would restring them for free, and we would give them to these kids. And then we went a step further, and we hosted a tennis and basketball camp. We attracted them in with basketball because most children know how to play basketball, but not everyone knows how to play tennis. And then we'd teach them the game of tennis because that's what we did. And so Joe built this great little organization called Community Team Tennis, and so that foundation it's always been with us. It's something that we did. And then when I began in real estate, I had a program that I gave a percentage of my commission back to nonprofit. Help me out with this. Teachers, firefighters, first responders. I guess. There were 5 groups. And I would give a portion of my commission back if they purchased, or when they purchased, I'd give it as a gift. So it was that. And then it just led into the next thing we know, it was the pandemic. And then.
Well, no, before that, it was the Unity campaign, I think, right?
Yep.
So what did you guys do with that?
Someone asked me to meet with Jonathan Schweitzer. Didn't know Jonathan at the time. I took the meeting just out of respect. He ran Frederick 48, didn't know anything about it. He sat me down, he told me about this annual 12-day campaign that they were running for local nonprofits. And he said that he couldn't do it anymore, and he asked me to take over. And I super busy at the time, so I really wasn't in a place to say yes. I did ask him how much he had made the previous year, and they had raised a couple $100,000, and I thought for Frederick that's a lot of money. But I thanked him and we left, and it was about 2 weeks later. Saturday morning, we're walking through Baker Park down where the tennis courts are on 2nd Street, and I remember we walked by this one guy, he was sleeping, a homeless guy sleeping on a bench. Walked by him and saw another homeless guy up on one of the tables under the canopy by the tennis courts. And then we walked a little bit further, and on the left there was this tree, and there was this woman under a tree, and she had a suitcase, she had a sheet on the ground with all this paraphernalia, and she was dressed in business clothes, like she had just gotten off work, like she could have lived in the house across the street.
Wow.
And I got shivers, and I was like, oh, that woman's homeless. And we walked a little bit further, and I said, this is awful. And Troy says, yeah, that's awful. She's homeless. I said, no, what's awful is we walked by 2 homeless guys and didn't put any thought into it. It was only when we could relate because she looked like us because of the way she was dressed. And I said, we need to take over that Frederick 48. So called Betsy Day, asked her to be the fiscal agent, called Jordy Wilson, said, let's partner, because they were running a fundraiser as well. I said, let's do it together. And that's where the Unity campaign was birthed. And yeah, so that was cool. That was 2014. We ran it until 2019.
I remember the very first time I met you, I think, or interacted with you was in the parking lot over here at Attaboy.
Right.
When you guys did an event during the pandemic. And that's the first time I met Gerard Bowens. Benefactor Events was here.
Right.
I think Brandon Chapman from Visual was here. I mean, when you think about that in 2020, and now we're in 2025, and all these people, and now their impact on our community, it's got to make you proud that you were kind of like this seed starter for a lot of these people who are doing well and giving them a position. Because I had never heard about any of those people until you. Not that they weren't doing great things. It's just, I think you elevated everyone around you with that. You did a wonderful giveaway of, I mean, thousands of dollars of gift cards, and you just invited the community out to, again, be infected by this great kindness and give back. How did that event kind of come about?
COVID.
So you're just looking for
everybody got shut down.
And at the time, during then, when we first got shut down in March, we sent our whole real estate team home, our admin, everyone, we all went home. And we were having weekly meetings on the phone. And then we were doing gangbuster crazy. We we had a fantastic year, but what we were seeing was that other businesses weren't. So I think Jared had just opened Tasting Room, and
Jared
so
had just opened Tasting
Right,
Room.
he
right,
did. He
yeah.
just taking it over.
Right,
Yeah.
and so we then you put together a fabulous idea.
Yeah,
of,
so we picked a number of businesses, and my son, who's a professional videographer, he created videos for each of these businesses.
They were phenomenal as
Weren't
well.
they great?
They were
Yeah.
great.
What was really fun was we went to his house, he set up all these cell phones, and we did Facebook Live trivia in his house. Never done anything like that before.
with my partner Dan, who
I love it.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
was
And that's
really
what, yeah,
great.
we gave, tens of thousands of dollars of gift cards away during that. That
and it
was
was
cool.
all for local businesses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went out and supported local and gave it back to people to help them support as well.
Yeah, it was great. And then, in doing that, and then we had the event here, right? So it was like, how can we help the masses? Just bringing people out into the community in the drive-in concert series, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But then asking our team, like, what do we want to do? And we just talked about doing random acts of kindness, and that's kind of how it all started. So we then created our new nonprofit, TGB Gives, with the mission, and with our mission to better the community through acts of kindness and generosity. But we were just going out and just doing random acts of kindness, and what we quickly found was that I felt like it was even more beneficial to the donor than the recipient just by doing the act, like how it makes you feel.
Sure.
So we want that to become viral. Like, how do we do that? How do we get more people involved and them to feel like just that energy and that goodness and the kindness of doing something nice for somebody else? And it doesn't have to be money related. I mean, just any kind of act, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So RAC was born, Random Acts of Kindness, the brewery itself. How long have you guys been here now?
Just over a year.
Just over a year.
December 15th was our birthday.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I said to you guys, I mean, it looks like nothing, like no other brewery in the best way.
Sure.
It's just like a hotel. I don't know. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I know you had a lot of great woodwork by our friend Jay Jeffries and his team here. And it's just beautiful in here. How are things going here? Which I know the answer to because we're going to talk about what's next. But for you, is this kind of what you planned? You are where you thought you would be, or is it just the roller coaster ride of owning something like this and
It's life with
thinking one thing and thinking, okay, we're gonna recourse.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because we weren't looking to buy a brewery. It's like people ask, like, brewery.
Yeah,
it's
what
like you turn 60 and you have an old man crisis and you got to
This is
own
a
a
Corvette
brewery.
for everyone else. This is yours.
So we were actually just looking to buy a place to be able to hold events for our real estate business because we do a lot of events.
Yeah.
And we've rented out so many different venues in Frederick. It's like, let's just buy something. So we tried to buy another place, didn't work out, and then this became available. We threw our hat in. We didn't think we would win because there was other breweries that had put in offers, and it got down. I call it the David and Goliath because it ended up being us and the group that just bought Flying Dog. Out of New York. So it's like, David and Goliath. And Dave Blackman, who owns Smoketown, chose us, which was very kind.
So kind of him.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so what are we going to do? So we're going to keep it as a brewery. So we had to brainstorm. It's like, what do we want to accomplish, right? So our first year, we wanted to do three things. It was all about the vibe, the service, and the beer. And the vibe, it's like,
We want a comfortable place.
we
where
wanted to be
people
we wanted to be comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
we're older. We need cushions. We need backs. You know what I mean?
I love it.
It's like,
Back
seriously.
on the seats. I love it.
But people would ask, like, what's the vibe going to be? I said, I think I want it to be a place where women want to come, take pictures, and post on Instagram. Just
because it's
just
a
kind of what-
natural way that we would be able to
Get
get
your
free
media
social
out.
media.
Yeah.
So it was really that.
Smart.
Anyone who would take pictures would be comfortable. So we wanted to create a really beautiful space. And by the way, we are lucky because we have our designer here who helped who did all of this. And so it's Spazio Design. So anyone in Frederick, you should use her. Look
Yes. Very
Call
good.
me, I'll give you information.
Yeah, I mean, it's a true testament, and I agree. It is very Instagrammable, and that's really one great way where you're not paying a lot in marketing dollars. You're getting it all, the value from the customer, which is also great, word of mouth and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also used all Frederick people to help put this project together. So I think that all
That was
Frederick
important.
businesses. So that was really
was
important that we
important.
weren't reaching
I think
down
you guys
into.
do that all the time. I don't think that's something different for you. Like you use, if you can, you use local.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have just acquired the space next door.
Yep.
And are in the process of opening RAC Yard.
Yes.
And I got a sneak peek, which you can't see yet because it's not quite up to Troy's par yet to show, but we will come back and show you. But the idea and theme for this extension is...
Yeah, well, I mean, we're solving a few challenges. One is, as I mentioned to you earlier, we started distribution, just local distribution in August. We quickly found that we have a capacity in terms of our space, how much we can brew and how much storage we have. So by taking the new space, we've dedicated a portion of it to expand that so that we can start distributing, a further reach. I think that's really important to us. The next thing that we found is I think about 60% of our patrons are female, which is kind of cool. It does come, a lot of women don't prefer beer.
Yeah.
So Brandon does an awesome job making seltzers and sours. However, with the new space, we'll have a full liquor license, so we're going to add a wine element here.
Yeah.
Just to enhance that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
In the new space, and this is more just comfortable, laid back, turn off the technology, that kind of concept. So in the new space, it's totally different. We're calling it the rack yard. We're bringing the outside in. It's kind of cool. That's the concept. You'll see when we're done, kind of those elements that make it look that way. But we'll have 98-inch televisions in the eating area, and behind the bar we have televisions, so it'd be more sporty.
Yeah.
We have a full commercial kitchen. We're super excited. We partnered with Dope Pizza, and Dope will be rebranding to Dope. He's got a full menu outside of just pizza, so we'll have that, which is great. Having the food in a brewery, which is kind of cool.
It is.
But we'll have full cocktails, everything, full bar in our new space. But the thing that I really love is we're putting artificial turf on 3,000 square feet, which is bigger than this space.
Yeah.
And we'll have bocce, we'll have cornhole, we've got shuffleboard, we've got foosball, we've got a whole dart area, we got all kinds of games. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Really.
Interactive adults. Play inside. Right. You're not worried about the weather or any of that. You got your good beer, good food, good alcohol, and wine.
Right.
So, I mean, it is literally going to be the place where if you just want some place to go where things are happening, I feel like that's going to be the place, right?
Right.
You can go in your jeans and your T-shirts and have a good time, or you can slip right over here and, enjoy a beer at the brewery. Like that to me is just the answer, I think. And it's huge. It's really huge. A huge space.
Yeah. And what we're going to do, all the games that we have are movable.
Oh, nice. So you can repurpose the room and...
We want to have bocce league on Wednesday nights, whatever, we can do that.
That's awesome.
We even have disc golf coming in on one night a week.
Fun.
Right? They're doing this putting contest.
I love it.
So
because we had to bring a little bit of the disc golf since we did the disc
golf.
Yes,
disc
you
golf
guys
pitch.
did. Yes, I remember seeing that.
Riverwalk.
Having space for events, for companies and corporations and event planners like myself, when you're looking for a space for more than 100 people, very difficult.
Yeah.
Having a space that already has integrated things for people to do is also another huge plus, because that's always another thing. Like if you rent a space sometimes, then you have to rent everything that goes in it. And for you guys to have it, I think is awesome.
Yeah.
So Rack Yard is planning to be opened end of March.
End of March.
Which is exciting.
Very
and
exciting.
We'll make sure we come back to give everybody a sneak peek
you.
before that
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank you.
Because I know people are going to want to see it. But I mean, I really think Frederick is so lucky to have the two of you landing here, first of all.
Thank
And
you.
all the great stuff you guys are doing and continue to impact this community. I can't leave too much longer without saying, as part of African Americans of Excellence that we just had recently, you guys are really the reason that is able to fund and go. You guys are a huge part of that. Now, you guys also have a golf tournament coming up.
Yes.
When is that?
Friday, June 6th.
And then there's the after race party. You can just buy tickets to that
You
and
can
go
do that
out
as
and
well.
enjoy it at Whiskey
It's a
Creek.
blast.
Yeah.
Well, again, we really appreciate everything you guys do. Wish you all the best with Rack Yard. Can't wait to come back and see it when it's ready to go. You guys are going to want to check it out too. This is Troyce and Joe Gatewood, Is it TGP Homes?
It's TGP Homes. Yep.
TGP Homes.
Yep.
TGP Homes.
Yep.
TGP
It
Homes. And anywhere else. Just look for their names. You'll see them all over social. All right. We thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Yes. golf tournament sold out 90 minutes. That is crazy stuff. And but you can still get tickets to the kindness event on June 6th. It is a great event. It looked so much fun last year. It is at Whiskey Creek, I think. You can find information online. They are really doing so much for this community, and I just love it. And they're great people. All right, tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. or watch anytime on YouTube. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick, please. Have an amazing day. Let's get out there and let's be great, Frederick. I will see you tomorrow.